Hello and welcome. In this video, we will learn about for loops. Alright. A for loop executes a block of code a fixed number of times, meaning we can iterate over a range or a string or a sequence or anything that is considered iterable. Alright. Now, let me take an example. I will say name is equal to Ravi. Alright. Now, what is this? This is a sequence of characters, correct? R, A, V, I. Of course, the R being capital. A sequence of these four characters or letters is this string, right? Now, here I will write the syntax of for loop. For a variable in something colon statement or operation. Alright. Now, this is the syntax of a for loop. Alright. Here, in the place of variable, we can have anything. We can have x or z or counter or anything. Let me have x for simplicity. And in the place of something, I will have this variable. I will say name. Okay. And in the place of statement, I will say print x. Alright. Now this is my for loop. Let me run this. When I run this, I get R, A, V and I as the output. Alright. Now let us analyze this. When the program runs, Ravi string will be stored in this variable. Okay. Now this string is a sequence of characters R, A, V and I. Right? Now this for loop will iterate over each character in the string, and during each iteration the current character which is stored in X will be printed. Now, what I mean by it is, in the first iteration, meaning when the for loop runs for the first time, R character from this variable will be stored in X and then it will be printed out. So we have this as the result. In the second iteration, A from name will be stored in X and will be printed out. So we have A as result. In the third iteration, V from name will be stored in X and will be printed out. So this is our result. And in the fourth iteration, I will be stored in X, which is from name, and will be printed out. So we have I as result. Alright. So we have iterated over this string. Okay. And so we have RAVI as the output. Okay. Let me clear this. Now here I will change this to mobile, which is a string, which is once again nothing but a sequence of characters MOBIL and E. Alright. So now when I run this, I get MOBIL and E as the output. Alright. So we have iterated over each character in the string. Alright. Now let me clear this and let me delete this too. Alright. Now let me talk about the range function. Okay. Range function is a built-in function which is used to generate a sequence of numbers. Now this will be useful or helpful for looping a specific number of times in for loops. Okay. Now when we say range 5, then it will have the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Excluding 5, the numbers will be there starting from 0. Okay. Next, if we say range 1, 5, then this function will have numbers starting from 1 and going up till 4. Okay. This is used to mention the starting number. Alright. Now, if I say 2 here, then this function will have 2, 3 and 4. Okay. If I want to have 5, then I need to mention this as 6. So this will have 5. Okay. Next, if I say range 1, 10, 2, then this will have the numbers starting from 1 in the step of 2. Okay. So this is the starting number and this is the ending number, or 1 minus this number will be the ending number, which is 9, and this is the step number, meaning after 1 in the step of 2 we will have the numbers. So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Alright. If I have this as 3, then we will have 1, 4, 7 as the numbers in this. Okay. Now, let us use this in a for loop. I will comment this out. Okay. And then write the syntax of for loop. For and a variable name. It can be anything. So I will say Z. In, I will use this now. Okay. Range 5 and then a colon, and I will say print Z. Alright. When I run this, I get 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 as the output. I told you that these 5 numbers will be in this function when we say range 5. In the first iteration, when this for loop runs, 0 will be stored in Z and will be printed out. So we have this output. In the second iteration, 1 will be stored in Z and will be printed out. In the third iteration, 2 will be stored in the fourth iteration, 3 will be stored in the fifth iteration, 4 will be stored and will be printed out. Okay, that is when we say range 5. Alright, it will have numbers starting from 0 up until the number mentioned here, excluding this. Okay, next let me use this 2 and 6. I will say 2, 6. Range 2, 6 has 2, 3, 4 and 5. This is the starting number. This is the ending number, but one less than this. Okay, so let me clear this and run the program, and you can see I get 2, 3, 4 and 5 as the output. Okay, in first iteration 2 will be stored and printed out, in second iteration 3 will be stored and printed out, and so on. Okay, next I will have this. Let me use the same 1, 10, 3. All right, I will run this and I get 1, 4, 7 as the output, because these are the three numbers which are in this function. All right, so this is how we can use a range function in for loops. All right, now there is a lot of overlap where we could use either a while loop or a for loop, but generally for loops are used in situations where we have to do something only a fixed number of times. Alright, we will make use of for loops in the future. Alright, so this is it for this video. I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thank you for watching.